Welcome back to continuing coverage of the GAC Volleyball Media Day. Our Media Day concludes here by visiting with the Cotton Blossoms from Arkansas-Monticello with first-year head coach Katrina English, and she is joined with Kenzi Thornton. Coaches, we have with everyone else so far today. We'll take an opening comment from you about how the fall has started for you guys here with practice, and then Joe will have a few questions for you and Kenzi, and then that will be it. So without any further ado, we'll turn the floor over to you and welcome you in.
Well, thank you for having us. We're glad to be here. The season has started off phenomenal. The ladies have come in and worked hard and are really pushing their limits and really working on cohesiveness and communication, understanding each other, understanding the difference in our communication, and also the active listening part of the communication. So I can't really ask for anything more than what they have come in with, and we're just continuing the growth and forward movement.
Joey, we can't hear you.
Okay, well, I was unmuted in one place, so that's all right. Coach, hi, I'm Joey, and normally you can hear me when I talk, so I'll go ahead and say that again. You're welcome to the Great American Conference, and you come into the conference with so much experience, both playing and coaching on so many different levels. Talk about coming in now to from Kentucky State over to the GAC and what this means.
Well, just with all of the institutions that I have been, I like to bring knowledge from the players, the institution, and everything, and just continue developing myself as a coach, and also making sure that I'm able to take those lessons from the players. So all of my experiences have helped me grow every year, and I continue to focus on my growth, and in doing so have been able to put together a very diverse team and with a lot of strengths and adaptability.
When we're talking then with the player there that is to your right, to our left in Kenzi Thornton, talk about her strengths and what she provides for this team.
When I initially met Kenzi, I knew off top that she was going to be a leader, very spunky, always giving me all she got. And I think the thing that I respected the most about her is her authenticity and communicating with me and letting me know, hey, like, this is where we are, this is where we were, this is what we were planning to do. And so just having that open dialogue with your players and letting them know that it's not just about volleyball, but your lives. And so making sure that I'm understanding people that are returning, and then we're having the dialogue about how we can mesh everybody together. So I've really been leaning on her to keep me accountable. And I'm leaning also on her to keep everybody else accountable. So we've done well together, and we're meshing well together. So that's why she's sitting here next to me.
That's great. Coach, Kenzi, I'll ask you then, as UAM is one of 3 programs of the 12 schools in the GAC with a new head coach. You're an upperclassman. So talk about having a new coach coming in at this point in your career.
It was definitely a shock when it first came, but I think she's definitely taught us all that we can push ourselves further than we thought. And she brought a new standard to UAM that I think we're all really grateful for. And we're all more passionate about volleyball and more passionate about the UAM program than ever before because of this standard that she set. And being an upperclassman, the standard that she set made me a better leader automatically and made me want to lead this team to be the best that we've ever been.
Okay, address that then. As so you're talking about leadership, of course, upperclassmen. What does that mean for you on the court playing defense, and how can you best lead the team from your position?
Personally, I love encouraging, and I think what's really important with our team is we all work to hold each other accountable continuously on and off the court, and we're all working together with our academics, with our social groups, with volleyball, to make sure that we're all the best that we can be. And we all had kind of a talk on how we like to be spoken to, how we respond best. And we've all been able to kind of push each other and lead each other to the best of our abilities now.
And how have you seen that kind of show itself here in these first few weeks of fall camp? Are you seeing a new buy-in from your teammates?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a brand new team, genuinely, from even our returners. We have a whole new mindset now, and it's everyone on the team is so much more driven and has really pushed our capabilities. There's things that, I mean, each of us will walk away from practice thinking, wow, I really did that. Wow, I really pushed myself to do this drill or this run or whatever it was. So it's been really encouraging and really optimistic every day coming into practice with that mindset.
Coach, when you arrived, what was the kind of the first things you saw that you maybe needed to bring into the team in the spring, and kind of how did you go about adding newcomers to this team?
When I first got here, I just kind of went through evaluation stage where I'm just looking at everybody and everybody's potential, definitely measuring the culture and what the standards were and what the expectation was and where we can have areas of improvement. So that's the first thing that I looked at from what I had. And then what I needed to bring in were just some people that complemented what we had. I didn't feel like there were too many missing pieces. It was just a matter of making the right decisions for the people to come in and play specific roles that were needed, but didn't overshadow. So just really focusing on the cohesiveness of the entire group so that everybody understood their roles and there wasn't any negativity brought in at all. And that's the thing that has really shocked me in these first weeks of practice, is that everybody's coming in and respecting their roles, respecting each other and pushing each other. So it's really going to be interesting once we get to the finalizations of lineups and things like that, how many options I do have, because everybody's hungry for it. Everybody's working hard for it, and the standards and expectations have been set. So moving forward, I just continue to expect that same growth and energy.
Coach, when you were at Kentucky State this most recent season, you started a men's volleyball program as well. Do you feel like having just the one season now instead of a season in the spring and a season in the fall, does that lighten the load just a little bit?
Well, I was actually talking to somebody about that the other day. Like last season or last 360 days, I was in season. So, I had to really take time to myself to make sure that I'm regenerated so that I can give everything that I can, so that I can request everything that they have. But definitely the men at Kentucky State helped me broaden, for sure, my offensive, mindset, speeding up the offense and things like that. So I appreciate those experiences, and I'm rested now and ready to go.
So, Coach, I know you did have time kind of in the footprint over at St. Gregory's. Just what did you know about the GAC when the offer was pitched to you, and what was the offer? What was the factor that sealed you on to come from Kentucky State back here to Arkansas?
Well, I definitely wanted to be closer. I'm originally from Texas, so I wanted to be closer to my Texas home and family. And I was at St. Gregory. So some of the coaches in the GAC I have coached against before. So that's going to be fun to have them across the net again. Wanting to also be a part of programs where the standard and expectations were high and the support was there to achieve it.
Well, you begin. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, Eric always, we enjoy keeping this light. So I want to ask you something slightly off topic, as we study, we look at the players that are coming in and generally get a feel for what they've done and how they've been in the program. And we look back and your picture for the roster on the website. This will be the third year, and it'll be a third different hair color. So are you? What does that mean, and does that have an impact on your play?
It definitely does. I love having different colored hair. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm now in nursing school, so we had to tone it down a little bit from the neon pink. But it's always been my favorite thing to do, and I'll definitely have a hair color come later in the season.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Her name was Pinky, but now it's not too fitting, so we had to put something else.
Well, Coach, just talk about the pre-conference tournaments you guys are finding yourself in. First coming over to Jackson for their tournament, and then going over to Pittsburgh State for their weekend event. Just how did you guys come into selecting those tournaments, and what do you hope to get out of those opening 2 weeks?
Well, I think they're all great tournaments for us to use as growth markers and also see what we really are made of. It's going to be interesting how adaptable we can be and how resilient we can be in our offensive and defensive attacks. I feel like these tournaments will be used to build on us in both ways. I mean, we're going in expecting the win, but making sure that if we are defeated, that we take it as a lesson. So just looking forward to getting back on the court with these ladies. We have a lot of incoming players, some true freshmen, and then we still got to make sure that we're cohesive. So there's going to be some trial and errors, but making sure that we're staying focused and geared on what we need to do will be our mindsets.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck here in your first season in Monticello.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing the hair colors come back as we get into the season. For you, Kenzi, so we thank you both for joining us here, and best of luck here in the fall. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good one.